This is the 19th of May 2024. And we have got Mark with us because you've got some insights into a particular image which has been going around the internet because it involves the king. Now, before we actually show that, you've got some insights into relevant ceremonies and the codes involved. And could you give yourself a quick background to people who haven't seen you on basis and who haven't heard from you before, so they understand the context of what we're talking about here?
Yeah, sure. So I have quite a depth of knowledge with magic and ceremony, archaic systems of magic, which could be Freemasonry, anything they like. So I know fundamentally which way they work and which way the energy shifts within these rituals and ceremonies. So I kind of know what they're doing when they do it. In other words.
So who's they and what are they doing?
Well, they could be part of many orders. In particular, freestyle magicians. It could be coven members. It could be higher up Masonic orders. Could be Order Temple Orientis, along those lines. So they all know how these systems work, and they all know the system of creating magic from the start, the middle, and the finish.
So magic triggers a lot of people's imaginations, and they've got different views of what is. What is magic? What are you talking about as magic as such?
Magic is basically a hacking of our energy systems. It's a hacking of our own energy. It's a way of trolling energy from us through our intent, through our emotional power, and using it for their good. But with that magic, they have to have a narrative or a story that we believe for it to work. So that's basically what it is.
In some respects, since we're going to be talking about the picture or the painting of King Charles, this discussion itself is useful to them because it's adding credibility by describing and doing all the things they're about to say on this.
That's exactly right. It can work both ways, actually, because by explaining how it works with this simple one that they've done this time, it could either depower or it can empower. I think just the simple act of talking about it is kind of empowering it. So it's very easy and very clever at the same time, because it's relying on us to believe what we're seeing. But I call it. I've seen this.
Well, I'm going to put this on the screen now. I mean, this is actually somebody who has actually taken the initial painting and he's done an awful lot of reflections and additions to it. So we just put that up for a second, because that gets into more things, more detail later. But where do you think this is taking us? Sorry, I interrupted you there. I just wanted people to see what the picture was. Okay, keep going.
It's very simple. I call it. First of all, I've seen this picture go out over the social media, and I've seen people responding and making up their interpretation of what they think it is. But I always think with people, they have a mind. I call it the fractional reserve mindset. It's kind of like the financial system. As their minds are always slightly indebted. So the first thing I've seen people jump on is that this is Satan, this is the devil, this is evil, this is satanic. To me, it's neither of that. Because Baphomet.
Okay. What are we seeing? We are seeing a blood red painting with the face and one hand of Prince Charles, as if it's pushing through. There's also a monarch butterfly there. But what a lot of people haven't noticed are the other things which I just showed you there on this compilation by somebody on the internet. I don't know who this person was. But so it's shocking. And it's also in the context of the Kate Middleton one. Was that the right person? I keep because that was photoshopped. just going back to that AI picture that they met, or Photoshop thing, there's two or three things with Kate. Do you think we were being prepped for being shown this painting, the way that they were introducing, particularly to the conspiracy theory type of audience, because this is going to go over the head of a lot of others? Do you think they're actually talking to us, so to speak?
I think, yeah, talking to us in a way, but also it is a kind of soft magic. It is a soft magic. What they're doing, it's the picture is down to our interpretation, because the framework in most people's minds is already there of what they interpret that picture to be. Adding King Charles to it, sorry. And
well, they commissioned this painting, but he was Prince. It's three odd years or something in the making.
Yeah. So it'll be no mistake with the times that they've made it, and the time they choose to release it. But from me, my interpretation of looking at that is, I think King Charles needs a top up of energy, and
well, he has suffered cancer, and he is looking a bit better. If it is him,
if you control the emotional intent of the collective, then he's going to get energy from that painting, good or bad. It's all going to go to the same place. That they've picked the Baphomet to hide within the kind of imagery is Baphomet is a representation of our duality. It's a representation of us. So it's everything. It can be no gender. It can be both genders. It's the heavens and the earth. It's black. It's white. It's good. It's bad. And that's the real representation of it. This is what the Baphomet represents. So they've taken the Baphomet, and it's a good catcher of thoughts, really, because for a start, with the red that they've used, they've gone for the base chakra. They've gone for our lower chakras. They've gone for the sexual energy, and they've gone for the low vibrational emotional energy. So by putting this Baphomet into this picture, a lot of people are going to think that it's evil, it's satanic, and it's going to be an easy link into the fractional reserve mindset, or what I call it, because people are always, their minds are slightly indebted. So it's an easy way in, it's an easy way to troll energy. And this particular picture is definitely aimed at King Charles. He is the energy extracted from this, and the thoughts, good or bad, is going his way. So
now I just want to say that it's not obvious to the casual eye that this is in the original picture. Do you think that this is a second double con, that somebody's introduced the Baphomet to this picture when it wasn't there in the first place, or what?
From what I saw this picture, they put two of the paintings side by side, didn't they? And it made the image of Baphomet.
They put it side by side and reversed it.
Yeah, and they put it upside down, didn't they? But it's again, it's no mistake that it's in there, because within our subconscious we have the framework for that built in, because we know from all the stories we've been told that this image we'd already know, or already interpreted it as being evil. So a lot of people will anyway. But yeah, that's basically what it's doing. It's very simple magic. It's very simple.
So what do you think is the ultimate aim of this this picture?
The ultimate aim, I think, is energy troll. It's to extract the collective intent from the masses and feed King Charles. He's the one in the picture, and he's the one that'll receive the magic. They don't even have to create a narrative just at the start, because as I said, that framework of Baphomet is already it's already in the realm. It's already in people's minds. People have already got the conclusions. But looking on, social media, you see people making their minds up about it already. They're already feeding it. They just
Looking at
don't know.
social media, what have they been saying? What have you seen people are saying about this?
I've seen people saying that it's satanic, it's the devil, it's to do with Satan, it's evil, and that's literally what they want. They want people to hate on it. They want people to see it in that light. They want it to see it in a low vibrational light because it's the easiest energy for them to extract. It's the easiest way for them to link in because the mind is already indebted. People are always a lot of people are already slightly negative, so it's the easiest way in.
And do you think that this is actually how they planned it? It's very carefully planned, this. Because, as I say, the other photographs, which are clearly, and videos with Kate, were clearly, looked very amateurish. And, why are they doing this? Obviously this is a fake or there's AI involved or whatever.
Yeah, I think they're struggling as more people wake up and they discovering the truth and they discovering how their power works, and we are giving them less power. So they try in all sorts of freestyle magic to try and get extra energy feeds or extract energy. This is how they survive because they don't feed off source energy like we do. They're not from the light as we are. They depend on us for their feed, and if we are giving them less, then they're going to try all kinds of different tactics, different magical sequences to extract energy. That's how a lot of it looks amateur. They rush in to get the stuff out sometimes and get it working and getting people giving their thoughts and intent to it. And I think the goal is that with the empowerment of people, more and more people waking up, we feed it less and we return in the power back to ourselves. So
So is that how do people at home who are seeing this or feeding, how do they successfully not feed these creatures?
It's through understanding how magic works. It's understanding how their mind works and how they give away their own energy to things that is not empowering themselves. So when they believe in stories or they believe in a framework that's already in their heads from watching the news and the media and the way that's programmed them, it's very easy to channel off them. When they understand how that works and what it's actually doing, that simple knowledge alone is enough to depower all of that. Because we're not giving it no more. We know when stuff happens, we know what's happening. We know what they're doing. We know what they're starting. So
a little bit like the king's new clothes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I suppose we could say let's let the king's new clothes be fully seen.
Yeah.
Now, are you a current Mason, or have you been given any instructions to tell this information to people?
No, I haven't.
In other words, are you disclosure itself? I would suggest maybe the king is disclosing.
Yeah, possibly, because as the frequency raises in this realm, as we gain knowledge, we climb the ladder. The vibration within us goes up and up and up, and lies and deceit cannot sit in the vibration of truth. So they've got to give that up, or it will get given up for them, become transparent. So we're in a decade of the revealing, I feel, and I feel this is a point where people are taking their power back, are learning how things are working properly, and I think it's forcing them to show their hand more and more.
Okay, well, it's the 19th of May. You're delivering a presentation in, I think, the 15th of June in Pewsey for the Basis 2024 Summer Seminars. Do you want to give a brief sort of summary as to what you're going to be talking in the middle of June at Pewsey for Basis 2024 Summer Seminars? Tickets are available at Eventbrite.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to break down in much more detail how our minds work, how the system of magic works, how we give away our emotional intent and energy. And I'm going to do that step by step and hopefully help us to empower ourselves again and see through the narratives that we've been presented with. And again, it's through my own experiences of being involved with ritual and ceremony. I'm going to give as much detail as I can.
Well, that's what the Basis Project's all about. And again, I don't believe these things. We've got to look at these things in rational logic and perception, and don't outsource to beliefs in things. But
right.
we've got to work things out and see what the lay of the land is so we can get things through. Okay, Mark, it's a heck of a nice hot afternoon here in England, and you're in Wales. I was in Wales last week, and it's a very nice place, especially when the sat-nav doesn't work due to solar activity, or was it solar activity? So thank you for that explanation, and hopefully this will help others understand the sort of psy-op is sort of that's happening here.
Yeah, it's about self-mastery.
Okay.
Controlling our thoughts. Yeah.
Thank you for now.
Thank you, Miles.